presenting on the role of big data analytics in digital transformation projects. Ms. Leila Faridun is a thought leader, public speaker, and author. She has 20 years of experience, including executive director of Chairman Office in Dubai Road and Transport Authority. She's the founder and CEO of Looking Forward Consultancy, specialized in business and digital transformation. He has been chosen in 2019 as an ambassador of a goodwill by the League of Arab Organizations. Ms. Faridun served as president for the PMI UAE chapter, president of Dubai International Project Management Forum, general secretary at Hamdan Award for Innovation in Project Management, RTA Board of Directors, and board member at both UITP, Center of Excellence, and Dubai Quality Group. Please welcome Leila to the stage.
Thank you everyone for being. I know it's been a long week, and I know as well you already started thinking now what you would do once the session is over, right? But now, please park all that thoughts away. Focus with me. Ready? I don't hear it. Ready? Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm here today to talk about a very important topic, as all other speakers already talked about. Big data analytics. Big data analytics is an important capability. It's becoming an organizational capability. It's not anymore only a skill that you would think about. So big data analytics is an important topic that I personally believe that it's very important. I decided 3 years back to do a PhD in this topic. So I have 1 year to go for my PhD. So let me start by asking you, what comes to your mind when you hear the word big data analytics? What comes to your mind? Anyone? I can. Gentlemen said numbers. Numbers, okay. What else? Decision making. What else? Algorithms. What else? What's that? Quantitative method. What else? Better performance. Security. Database. All of the above. Okay. So, big data analytics is not about technology only. Yeah? So, what is big data analytics? Have you ever thought about this? Did you ask yourself, when we say big data analytics, Dan just explained the framework for you, right? But then what is big data analytics? He gave you how to implement big data analytics. But what is big data analytics? So when you think of big data analytics as a capability, as an organizational capability, you have organizational project management, we have organizational learning, decision making, organizational performance. Now they added big data analytics as one of the organizational capabilities. And when we talk about big data analytics, we talk about three main components. We talk about tangible component of big data analytics, and that's simply the tangible is simply the infrastructure, the data itself, the basic resources that we have, like the financial, the time we spend for projects of big data. Then the other resource is the human skills. And it has two parts, the technical skills and the managerial skills. And you cannot do without both. Do not assume if you have the right technical skills that you're done, you're okay to go. No. You need to have a managerial skills already invested in your organization to be able to understand and act on the inside of big data, as we will talk about. And then the third component is the intangible. And this is very important one. Intangible, we here talk about what? We talk about a data-driven culture. We talk about other processes and capabilities that need to be implemented along with the big data analytics to be able to get the benefits out of the big data analytics. And this is very important because most of the organization, they would focus on the first and second one and then neglect the third one. And the impact is crucial. So we understood now what is big data analytics, and it has different components that need to be implemented and need to be very much orchestrated all together, be very well established to be able to reach the, I would say, ultimate benefits of having big data analytics. But then how does big data analytics impact an important organizational capability like decision making? And this is a very important as well for project management in different stages of your project. How does that happen? So, big data analytics capability will first impact what we call organizational learning, or the knowledge management function within your organization. And if you wonder why, simply big data analytics is a knowledge resource. It gives you insights, gives you information. This information that you will use process within your organization. Let's start from very beginning of capturing data, and then storing data, processing data. Then you need to act on the result of this processing. And at the end, you need to feed back. You need to learn, augment back your system, add the new knowledge that you learn, and then it goes into the loop, right? So, big data analytics capability, let's assume that's very well established with the three components that I already talked about. It will impact highly impact your organizational learning. And once that happens, it is ready now to impact your decision-making capability. But then, the question here is what? You need to understand what is decision-making. You need to understand, we as a human, how do we make our decisions? Have you ever asked yourself, how do I take decisions? I'll give you an example. You heard about this project management forum. You have all the information needed. You have the dates of the event, the venue, speakers that will be there, the different topics that will be discussed, right? So this is the information already presented to you or available to you. And then now you have different options. You either come and attend this conference, or you would decide, no, I might attend another conference in the same area, or maybe I do it online. So these are the different options related to the information that you have. Now, presented with the information, different options, it's time that you take a decision. How would you decide? There are different, I would say, styles of decision making. Now, based on that, based on what style of decision making, the result will come. So, there is the rational decision making style. And the person like this, based on the fact presented, he or she will be able to make a decision. Okay, this is a good conference. It will add to my knowledge. So logically thinking, it will add to my knowledge, then I decide to go. Someone with intuitive decision-making style would not really care much about the information presented, and the person will ask herself, do I go to this conference? You know that voice that comes inside you? Sometimes you know that this is a very good conference. You know there will be a lot of good speakers, but then there's that voice inside you that tells you, wait, are you sure you want to do this? Or maybe it tells you, it's a good conference, go and attend. It's a good conference, Layla is speaking there. Go and attend, right? And of course, every other speaker is. If you follow that insight, or let's say, that voice within you, then you're an intuitive decision maker. The other kind of decision-making style, there is a dependent decision-making style, and a person cannot make a decision. He will always run to someone to make the decision on their behalf. And there is also the avoidance decision-making style. This person cannot decide. And this is for different reasons. It might be the value system, to the belief system, wherever it is. And then the last one, they call it the spontaneous decision-making style. This person, on the spot, will decide. Doesn't need much information, doesn't need intuition. Directly will decide. So based on this, or this thinking style is what we call cognitive style. So what is a cognitive style? It's the way you perceive information and you act accordingly. So here's an information. How do I look into this information? What do I do with it? So that's a cognitive style. Now, a decision making, despite the availability of the insights from the big data, if you cannot make a decision, then that's wasted. Let's say that you implemented big data analytics capability. You have it fully done perfectly with the 3 components. You have proper frameworks like the one Jack presented, for instance. But then, now you need someone to take that decision. It's back all the way to the human. And who's that human? The managers, the leadership team here. They need to take a decision. There are insights presented to them, and it's time they make a decision. Would they be able or not? So it depends on their cognitive style. And then the other main factors that always affect decision style or decision-making function is the organizational culture. And why organizational culture affect decision-making? Because simply, organizational culture always affect the interaction between the employees and their interaction with the outside world. So it's the inner interaction and the outer interaction. So how do they deal with their employees themselves? How do they deal with their customers? How do they deal with their stakeholders, clients, and so on? Imagine now a culture that is not accepting the fact that their customers are asking for a digitized solution. So what happens? They already implemented big data analytics, but the culture itself is not yet ready to accept that we will start dealing with our customer through a digital platform. That's a big failure. Although they invested, although they have the data scientists required, but then culture doesn't support it. So it's very, very important that you understand the cognitive style and prepare your culture to be able to support your big data analytics. Now, let's go to the heart of the project management. So now we understood what is big data analytics as a capability. So where or how do we apply big data analytics in project management? First, you can apply it in the different aspects of the organizational project management. I'll give you here a few examples because of the time, but then you can read a lot about this. And project management is a very, very good field where we can really benefit from big data analytics. So the first one is portfolio management. And the best part is simply project evaluation. Assuming that you have proper history, you have proper data, you fit that into your big data, and then you run your analytics solution in that, trust me, you will really be surprised by the information that you get. And that will help you to make a decision. Do I go with the project A or I go with the project B? Would my budget serve me for this year or delay that project? And actually, Engineer Bedr was talking to us yesterday about something similar they are building in Aramco. That was really impressive. Because if you don't start now using big data analytics or a field like portfolio management, believe me, you don't know what you're missing, or actually you are missing a lot, and you need to start considering how you will use such a valuable capability, I would say, such a valuable capability to help you run your portfolio. And then I'll move to so that's one example, of course. There are many other use cases you can apply in portfolio management. The other part is the PMO. And PMO is very dear to my heart. I can talk about this for the whole day, but I know you want to leave. You're already counting the next sessions to go. The time for next session. So, and PMO, again, center of excellence. PMO deals with numbers. PMO deals with facts. PMO needs to make decisions. And here we are with big data analytics. We give you the right insights from the well-established big data analytics, then your PMO will be a piece of cake, I would say. And you will enjoy the ride. One of the use cases or one of the areas where you could apply big data analytics and PMO is to improve your resource management. Within PMO, you have a lot of resources that you need to manage. You need to ensure that everything is going according I would say, orchestrated plan. So having the big data analysis or certain insights generated will help you to improve your resource management. You could also use the different visualization tools available in big data analytics, present or for progress meetings, for reports to different stakeholders. Moving forward to the can I have the presentation back? So moving forward to the last part, which is project delivery. Project delivery is simply, or the execution part of it. One of the good areas that you could use considering big data analytics capability is risk management. Again, prediction, forecasting, based in history. And this is all assuming, again, that you have a well-established big data analytics capability. Risk management can be easily supported by big data analytics. You can get list of risk based on your history, based on different factors that you embed early in the system, and then it could also give you certain solution in case this risk materializes into an issue. So that's another area where big data analytics could work with you. As I said, there are many other use cases or areas you could apply big data analytics within the project management. But I want to end with 3 important tips or advices, I would say. It's very important that first you understand. Everyone is talking about Industry 4. Everyone is talking about big data analytics. Everyone is talking about AI, cloud, Internet of Things. You need to understand what does it mean. And then always also understand from an organizational perspective. When I say big data analytics, look into it as an organizational capability rather than an IT solution. So I believe that's already ticked for you now because we already talked about and everyone else talked about what is big data analytics capability and how do you do that. Number 2, my second advice is choose where you want to apply big data analytics. Go gradually, don't do a big bang. Choose first where you want to apply it in project A. Maybe risk management. And then for project B, maybe I'll Okay, so for project A, you would decide to do risk management. So I'll apply big data analytics for risk management. Try another area in the other project. Do not apply the same because you need to start experimenting it and you see where it's really serving most. Let's say in project B, you decide to do resource optimization or enhancing your resource management. And keep building that capability within your project, within your PMO, or with your portfolio. Keep monitoring, move forward with it. And as you learn, again, remember to augment back your system and it will help you to make decisions. Number 3, and this is very important, understand your own cognitive type. You are dealing with insights from a machine now. Do you really, or can you really trust that? Can you really accept take a decision based on insight that came from a machine, considering there would be some biased information, considering your own cognitive biases as well, considering also there would be some inaccuracy information. Are you ready to do that? If not, pause and deal with it first. Okay? And also, understand the cognitive style of your stakeholders. They will make decisions. Your project sponsor, what do they think? How the decision maker think? Which cognitive style he or she is using? Is it intuitive? If it's intuitive, then okay, you need to be a bit careful with going with certain insights to her. If it's rational, then your job is easier. Think about this. Understand. It's very important that you understand how people react. It's a behavior thing. Okay? So once you apply these 3 steps, you'll be ready. You'll be, I would say, okay to start experimenting the concept of big data analytics and project management. And by this, I will end my presentation. Thank you very much. These are my contact details. Feel free to contact me. And looking forward to the next session, next presenter.
Thank you. Our third presenter